today we can go through the canonical transformation and its important equations and some problems. Okay, first we know the canonical transformation is the transformation from the old set of coordinates to the new set of coordinates. That is QPT to capital Q, capital PT. Here we all know Q is representing the position, P is momentum and T is the time correspondingly. Now we know, according to canonical transformation, the old Hamiltonian turns to new Hamiltonian, then its coordinates will be QPT turns to capital QPT. And similarly, the Lagrangian, old Lagrangian turns to the new Lagrangian L prime. Okay, then also we know the Hamiltonian and Lagrangian are related by this equation, that is H is equal to summation Pi Qi dot minus L. And from this, according to canonical transformation, I am going to write it as df by dt is equal to Pi Qi dot minus Pi Qi dot plus H prime minus H. That is, the difference between the old Hamiltonian and new Hamiltonian will be df by dt, the total time derivative of a function f, where f is represented as the generating function. We are explaining the canonical transformation with the help of this generating function, which represents the total transformation from old coordinates to new coordinates. In this, L prime will be equal to L plus df by dt, where f we know generating function. So, the old set of coordinates QPT has been transformed into QPT and H into H prime, L into L prime, where the transformation is represented by df by dt, which is the difference between the H and H prime, or L and L prime. The generating function is the one which generates during the canonical transformation. It will be having the coordinates Q, capital Q, small p, capital P, T. That means 4n plus 1 coordinates. In this, the Q will be having I is equal to 1 to n, and here also I is equal to 1 to n, and these two terms also in such a way 4n coordinates, n plus 1 is representing the time coordinate. But we have to deal with only the 2n plus 1 coordinates, that is QQT or QPT similarly. So we can split the generating function as F1, F2, F3 and F4. That is the first generating function, second generating function, third generating function and fourth generating function. It will be having Q, Q, T, then capital Q is replaced by capital P, T. Remember this order, small q, capital Q, T. Then first you keep the small q and replace the capital Q by capital P. And next we can replace in this as small q by small p and the remaining as same. Now keep the small p and capital P, T. These are the four generating function: QQT, QPT, PQT and PPT. First generating function, second generating function, third generating function and fourth generating function. We can derive the transformation equations regarding these four generalized coordinates, four generating functions. That is, we have to derive the coordinates which are absent here, that is small pi is absent here and capital Pi is absent here. And the small pi should be derived from dou F1 by dou Qi. And capital Pi dou F1 by dou capital Qi. And here small pi and capital Qi, which are absent in this when we compare with this. So small pi is equal to dou F2 by dou Qi and capital Qi is equal to dou F2 by dou Pi. And small p is here, so we have to derive small qi from small pi, dou F3 by dou Pi, and capital Pi is equal to dou F3 by dou Qi. And here small qi and capital Qi. That's equal to dou F4 by dou Pi and dou F4 by dou Pi, capital Pi. Remember one thing, the small coordinates will be derived from the small coordinates only, and the new coordinates or capital Pi, Qi coordinates will be derived from the capital or new coordinates only. Then we have to find out the signs of this equation. Remember, in case of F1, the first term will be positive and the next term will be negative. And the second transformation, both will be positive. And the third transformation, both will be having negative. And the fourth transformation, the first one is negative and the second one is positive. That is, the sign will be plus minus, plus plus, minus minus, minus plus. And the small coordinates are derived in terms of second coordinates, small coordinates only, and the new coordinates are derived in terms of new coordinates only. These are the terms to remember the theory of generative function transformation equations. And also we have to consider the common transformation equation h prime is equal to h plus dou f by dou t. It will be f1, f2, f3 or f4 when we correspond to these four transformations. This is all about the generative function. We have to remember when we deal with the problems of canonical transformations. Now we can discuss with the problems. One thing to remember is that the transformation generating function q, qt, qpt, pqt and ppt, we are deriving the coordinates which are absent in these 2n plus 1 coordinates. In that, small q and capital P will be having only negative sign in their RHS. That is, example, Qi is equal to minus dou f3 by dou Qi and Pi is equal to minus dou f1 by dou Qi. And similarly, in the other coordinates also, we are getting the negative sign from the transformation equations only for small qi and capital Pi. Now we can go to the first question. F is equal to P tan Q. This is representing which generating function? That is small q, capital P. That is the second generating function. So we have to derive the if this is representing this, we have to derive the small p and capital Q. So it will be having the generating function P is equal to dou f by dou Q. That's equal to capital P into C square Q. From this we can rearranging to get capital P is equal to small p cos square Q. And also the next generating function is having QP. We can derive capital Q from this. That is, capital Q is equal to dou F by dou P. From this equation, dou F by dou P is equal to, simply we know, tan Q. So the summation equations are tan Q and capital P is equal to P cos square Q. These are the transformation equations for the generating function f is equal to P tan Q. In this is representing the second generating function. Remember that the second generating function is a positive generating function and is also known as identity transformation, since the Q transformation regards capital Q and P transformation regards the capital P. So these are the generating transformation equations for this equation. Next is to find out the canonical transformation regarding the generating function f is equal to q e raised to q. From this equation we know that is representing f1, which is equal to q qt, and we have to find out the equations small p and capital P. Small p will be equal to dou f1 by dou q, and this will be minus of dou f1 by dou q. Here we know small q and capital P will be having only negative signs. So dou f1 by dou q is equal to simply e raised to q. And also here it will be minus of dou f1 by dou q. Minus of dou f1 by dou q is equal to minus of q dou e raised to q by dou q, which is equal to e raised to q itself. So that's equal to, we can write this in both modes, that is p is equal to e raised to q, and small q. From this we can write q is equal to minus capital P e raised to minus q. That is small q is equal to minus p e raised to minus q. These are the all transformation equations. By rearranging this, we can find out the new transformation equations also. We already have capital P is equal to minus q e raised to q, and from this we can write capital Q is equal to log P. If we have given the options in terms of new coordinates, we can write like this. If we are given with the all coordinates, we can write like this. These are the transformation equations from this equation. Now, the third example, the generating function is lambda q square cot q. Find out the canonical transformation. That is also representing f1, and in case of f1, we have to find out small p and capital P. As it is a function of q, q, t. So, small p is equal to dou f by dou q, which is equal to 2 lambda q cot q. Now, the capital P will be having minus dou f1 by dou q. From this, lambda q square is invariant, and dou by dou q of cot q is equal to minus of cosec square q. That is, this is equal to lambda q square cosec square q. Now, in this, I am going to rearrange to get the small q. That is, small q square is equal to p by lambda sine square q. That is, q is equal to root of p by lambda sine q. Now, I am going to substitute q in this equation. That is, small p is equal to 2 lambda q is equal to root p by lambda sine q into cot q. That is cos q by sine q, which is equal to root lambda cancel, and the remaining 2 root p lambda sine q got cancel, remaining cos q. That is, the equations are q is equal to root p by lambda sine q, and also p is equal to 2 root p lambda cos q. These are the transformation equations regarding this generating function. Next example, f is equal to minus 1 by 2 q square tan 2p. From this, we can write it is a function of small p capital Q. That is f3 p q. So, we have to find out the functions of transformation equations of small q and capital P, which are both are negative transformation equations. Small q is equal to dou f3 by dou p, minus of dou f3 by dou p. That's equal to minus of minus 1 by 2 q square, that is 1 by 2 q square, dou by dou p of tan 2p, that is sec square 2p into 2. This is equal to q square sec square 2p. And from this we can write q square is equal to q into cos square 2p. That is, capital Q is equal to root q cos 2p. This is the transformation equation. And the next one, capital P is equal to minus dou f3 by dou q, which is equal to minus of minus 1 by 2 q square, that is 2q into tan 2p, which is equal to 2 cancel, minus got positive, q into tan 2p. Now, as in the previous question, we can substitute for capital Q here. That's equal to root q cos 2p. That is from this transformation into tan 2p. That is cos 2p. Sorry, sin 2p by cos 2p. That's equal to capital P is equal to root q sin 2p. And also we derived capital Q is equal to root q cos 2p. These are the canonical transformations. Next example, fifth one, f is equal to minus eq minus 1 square tan p, which is always a repeating question in NET or CSIR exams. That is f is equal to minus of eq minus 1 square tan p. In this is a generating function for p capital Q. That is the third generating function. That is, we have to find out small q and capital P. So, here small q is equal to minus dou f by dou p. That's equal to minus of e raised to, minus of minus will be having positive, e raised to q minus 1 square into c square p. So, I'm going to rearrange these equations to get the expression for capital Q. That is, e raised to q minus 1 square is equal to q cos square p. And also, e raised to q minus 1 is equal to root q cos p. From this, e raised to q is equal to 1 plus root q cos p. And implies to vanish the exponential taking the natural log, that is capital Q is equal to natural log 1 plus root q cos p. This is the first transformation equation. And to find out the next one, capital P is equal to minus dou f by dou q. That's equal to minus dou f by dou q, minus of minus got cancelled, and the remaining 2 into, the q is the function between this square term. That is 2 into e raised to q minus 1 into e raised to q tan p. Now, we can substitute for e raised to q minus 1 from this equation and e raised to q from this equation itself. That's equal to e raised to q minus 1 is equal to root q cos p. And e raised to q is equal to 1 plus root q cos p into tan p. Tan p, I am going to write it as sin p by cos p. That is, cos p and cos p got cancelled, and the remaining is 2 root q 1 plus root q cos p into sin p. This is capital P, and capital Q is equal to log 1 plus root q cos p. These are the canonical transformations regarding this generating function. Now, I am going to share some more terms regarding the canonical transformation, such as identity transformation, exchange transformation, etc. Consider the second transformation, that is QI-PI. F2, which is the positive transformation. And we know we have to find out the transformation equations or coordinates from this is small pi and capital QI. Small pi is equal to dou f by dou QI. From this, that will be equal to capital Pi. That is, next one, capital QI is equal to dou f by dou pi, which is equal to small qi. That is, in this, small pi is similar to that of capital Pi and capital QI is similar to that of small qi. When we derived small pi, we got capital Pi. When we derived capital QI, we got all qi. That is, the all coordinates and new coordinates are derivable from each other, and hence this is known as identity transformation. Identity transformation. Consider the third generating function, that is f is equal to pi capital Qi. And the equations or transformations to be derived is small qi and capital Pi. Small qi is equal to dou f by dou pi and minus sign. That's equal to minus of dou f by dou pi is equal to minus of qi. And here capital Pi is equal to minus of dou f by dou qi, which is equal to minus pi. That is qi is equal to minus qi and pi is equal to minus pi. Here we got the same transformation but are opposite. Consider the first generating function f is equal to qi into qi. That is, this is equal to small pi, we have to derive small pi and capital Pi. Small pi is equal to dou f by dou qi, which is equal to capital Qi. And here capital Pi is equal to minus of dou f by dou qi, that's equal to minus of qi. Here Pi is equal to capital Qi and Pi, capital new Pi is equal to minus of old Qi, and this is known as exchange transformation. Exchange transformation. So I have shown you many examples to find out the canonical transformations from the given generating function. So in our next class we can go through the problems such as the canonical transformations are given and find out the generating functions. Such type of questions are always asking in such of exams such as GATE and CSIR exams. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and share my channel.